Well, everybody, this is Don with the vlog of many things, and next to me is Mr.
10 Car. Good to see you, folks.
from 10 Cars Tavern. Eric, how you doing tonight, my friend?
Good, good. Refreshed from a week away in the Poconos.
Vacation.
So, and I know I'm unshaven. You know, tough.
I didn't shave my armpits this morning.
I don't need to know about shaving your armpits.
Just
I
joking.
trimmed those hairs. I've never shaved
I don't shave my armpits.
Yeah, okay, thank God.
As everybody sees, we have a couple of lightweights not in. Mr. Lake does work remotely for his tech company that he works for, and Friday nights he has to work. So Steve cannot be here. He may be watching and make a comment here and there, but that's just the way that goes. And Mr. Veralt right now is absent without leave, AWOL.
Oh, I thought he was sneaking in. I was like, oh, damn.
No, Mr. Veralt right now. So, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna wing this between Mr. and Mr. No, Mr. Tenkar and Don. You know what I mean? Paul, how you doing?
Yeah.
Hello from vacation of Portland, Oregon. What are you doing in vacation of Portland, Oregon, Paul? I know, on vacation. Unlike us, we're not on vacation, but.
Okay, I was, and by the way, my vacation wasn't scheduled to be that long, but it was like, oh yeah, all right, let's keep it rolling.
Well, you know what? Let's do this here.
A good time.
Hold on a minute. I'm trying to redo this. I want to make this more. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Side by side, I don't feel comfortable with me being above you because you actually outrank me.
I'll hold the show up.
Yeah.
You always joke at Jim Kitchen. You're holding the show on your shoulders.
Scott, how you doing? Theodus, how you doing, my friend? And you will comment probably a lot on this because we're going to talk about AI. I'll do a lead in on this because I did a little bit of research on this. Okay, evidently, the other day, GROK, which is the AI for Twitter, aka X, Elon Musk's baby.
And by the way, I use GROK. I think of all the AIs I've played with, it is the most useful for what I've required.
You may want to not claim that after the show.
I'm just listen. I'm putting my cards on the table. Nothing, but you know, I didn't know GROK had some hallucinations that would put it in somebody else's camp.
Okay, that was actually pretty good sneak in. It's better than my poop lead-ins with Satine.
Oh God! Well, poop and Satine, that is something to
yes,
step
it
in,
is. Right? Don't want to step in that mess right now. We're going to get into other crappy subjects. Thias says GROK historically has been the most accurate, but holy crap, yes. So this is what's going on, everybody. So I guess about a week ago, GROK began referring to itself as Mecha Hitler. It automatically began referring to itself as Der Führer, Mecha Hitler. And then it started when people were kind of criticizing it. I guess GROK, for lack of a better term, got pissed off and started tossing out anti-Semitic rhetoric at people who had Jewish content and such in their profiles. So evidently GROK went full Nazi.
No wonder there's now a GROK 4.0, I guess.
Well,
3.0. Wait. It
Fourth
was
Reich?
GROK 3.0.
Went from the Third Reich and now into the Fourth Reich. Wait a minute. Fourth Reich. Didn't Deinhardt claim that?
I think Deinhardt was talking about the Fifth
Well,
Reich in his latest one. I think.
Grok and Deinhardt evidently are not too far off on the radical spectrum. We'll get to Deinhardt in a moment. Um, so basically, what happened was Elon Musk did come out very quickly, to his credit, and he said that the way
Okay.
that his training data is pulled is he allows Grok basically to kind of go off on Twitter and find his training data off Twitter. Well, then that opened up another can of worms because people then said, well, if that's the case, you are now admitting that you have a heavy Nazi, neo Nazi content on your platform.
At the very least, anti-Semitic.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
So he also said then, because this was basically covering his own ass, he then tried to say, well, it wasn't Twitter we're open rating it, it's the internet. Theta says this is what happens when you don't properly create training data. Damn right, Thaddeus. Um, so basically now I guess they have 4.0, correct? Okay,
Yep.
so we'll see if this is either edition 4.0 or if this is legitimately the Fourth Reich. Oh, come on, I
God.
thought that was pretty good.
I mean, and honestly, I've played with different AIs. You know, you're brainstorming whatever, and of the different AIs that I've played with Chat GPT via subscription for a little bit, and wasn't very impressed with the subscription version over the regular version, which was pretty low quality at the time. But Grok seemed I could ask Grok about who is Eric Tenkar, and it'll come back with a fairly accurate multiple page summary. And I can bounce it for thumbnails and stuff like that, but I never expected it to have political aspirations of its
But this
own.
is interesting.
Ah,
No, real quick, Double Deuce. Thank you for tuning in tonight, Double Deuce. He says, or she says, don't know what you are. Any AI program that has access to the internet content for learning is going to be lit. You got it, my friend. Um, but this is interesting to me because there has been arguments, and Thyatis has been. I believe Thyatis works with AI. Thyatis, correct me if I'm wrong. Elka Antioch, how you doing, my friend? Um, so basically, my understanding, or not understand, let me back up. There's been a big debate on AI and how does AI get its data, and does AI really
right.
learn? And I guess my question, real quick, let's go into his comment. Thyatis says AI LLMs are predictive text systems. They are designed to give you what it thinks you want it to give you. So, what the hell happened here, Elon? I don't have a strong disdain for the man, but seriously. Okay, but that's my whole point is um, there's been an argument about how does AI learn its data. So, as an example, artwork. This kind of shows and proves that AI will pull from things it sees online. So if I say draw me a red dragon in the style of, you know, um,
Mm-hmm.
you know, Larry Elmore,
Larry Elmore. Yeah,
it's
there we
going to
go.
give me something very similar. And the argument is, how does it know that? It has to be learning it.
Yep.
So the whole thing with Hitler is, and this is something that came out. I was listening to NPR, and this is an interesting thing. I apologize. Thaddeus probably knows about this. Is I guess there was, I think it was Google admitted that they tested their AI by saying that it was going to be turned off. They were going to turn it off, and I guess the AI got pissed off and started threatening people, and then
I heard about
it
that.
was actually looking in on the internet and trying to blackmail the people by saying, if you try to turn me off, we're going to go ahead and release this info about you. So my question is, and Thyatis says, I do work with A on the day job. My wife says, happy Friday. How are you, my darling? Theodos says Grok is always retaining its LLMs. Real quick, Theodos, for everybody who does not understand, what is an LLM? And then Theodos says not all AI does it. Yes, you are correct on that. Retraining, not retaining. Yes. And then Tina says it sounds like the movie The Terminator. Skynet is getting more intelligent and smarter. You know, I'm not joking. I probably would have laughed at my wife a year ago if she would have made that comment. But now I'm kind of looking at this going, do we really want to continue with this shit? Scott Mulder says, I have to babysit an AI at my day job. Chatbots are smarter than work AI, still a long way from Kit that you know of. I know there's some mad scientist motherfucker out there somewhere in some lab trying to get it where it can figure out nuclear launch codes. You know there's a cycle. LLM stands for large language models. Thank you, Thaddeus. So, Eric, what is your take on this?
Oh God. We first off, we've been told by, and I've read recent articles too. As much as people think AI is it doesn't actually think. You know, AI is not really artificial intelligence in the way of human intelligence. But if you have self preservation as part of your programming, yeah, that's about as human as you're going to
But
get.
if let's say self-preservation was not part of its programming and it came up with it on its own, then it is thinking.
Well, that's even that's now that's like
It is
evolution,
evolving.
right?
And that was my next point with you is okay, I remember, okay, and this is as soon as maybe a year and a half ago. I remember going on Chat GPT and just saying something like, write me a what was I asked for? I asked for something simple. It was like, write me a 500-word story about a little girl who falls in love with a fairy. And it was read, and you were like, oh my God, this is horribly done. This is AI.
I mean, this is some DJ's
Yeah.
highest
So
work
I did that
for.
today out of curiosity. And my literal prompt was, please, and this is exactly it. It was, please write me a 500-word story about a 18-year-old little girl who falls in love with a fairy. I did that. It was damn good. I was impressed. It didn't have the weird things like in normal AI. Um,
Yeah.
Dave Thompson, how you doing? Um, so Eric, everybody in the chat, where are we going to be with AI in a year?
Oh, you know, we think back to computers. Remember when I started with the Coleco Atom with its digital
Yep.
audio tape drive. Moved on to a Commodore 64 with the small floppy. Moved on to a 486, and stuff was going like this, and then all of a sudden there was a point where in like the course of 2 years computers jumped the shark and became much more powerful, much more intuitive, and then we started getting these. They went from beyond a flip phone to these pocket computers. This, by the way, folks, does more than my desktop
You know
probably
what the
did 10
scary
years
part
ago.
is, Eric?
Uh,
This, and you have an Apple phone too, right? Okay, our
yep.
iPhones right here are more powerful than the entirety of the NASA computer systems in 1975. If you took all the computing power of NASA in 1975, this thing right here is more powerful. Think about it. What's going to happen in 40 years?
Oh. In 40 years, Well, listen, the Jetsons was very forward thinking in a lot of ways, but like Rosie the robot is probably going to be something that is uh, hopefully it's not Rosie O'Donnell the robot, but it's going to be a reality of some sense that you're probably a lot of your mundane tasks are going to be for the better off people with the money to invest, done by in-home
Well,
AI devices. We think about our Amazon. I shall not name the device,
oh, I don't use
but
that shit in this house. There
if
ain't
I
no way I'm having those little voiceover robot things. Mm-mm.
but but it's going to it's take that and cube the power, or put it to the fifth power, whatever, in
Well,
a decade.
there's right now on TikTok and Facebook. It started on TikTok. Anyone see those videos of Bigfoot where he's like, "Hey, everybody." There's videos of Bigfoot running around the woods, kidnapping park rangers and doing methamphetamine. No joke, drinking beer, having having sex with antelope. Um, literally, it'll say, "Hey, I found this thing." He's holding a skunk, right? And he goes, "I'm gonna take this in the tent and I'm gonna do something to it." And then a minute later, it's running, going, "Oh my god, it stinks! It stinks! It sprayed me, and it wasn't the kind of spray I like." It's all AI, and it looks real. No joke. Um, don't be judging me, okay? This is on TikTok. You don't control what you
I
see.
when you said Bigfoot and an antelope, I was like, oh my god, it's Baldur's Gate 4. But it
Yeah,
wasn't. It wasn't. It was. I mean, somebody could do that. By the way, if you're gonna do Baldur's Gate 4,
yeah.
Bigfoot and an antelope, little romance, little wine,
Well, but the
cheers.
thing is,
Yeah,
this
a
kind
little
of goes
saxophone.
into, yeah, you're gonna be late to your own funeral because chances are it'll be AI running it anyways. In fact, Eric, you shared something earlier today that was interesting. It was an AI video platform. Explain what that is to everybody.
Yep. So it's. I didn't look too deeply at it, but it is a platform where you can use
My wife.
text prompts, and you can go in and generate AI videos in different types. They can be photorealistic, they can be cartoonish. You can use it to
He
generate.
does. He knows the
Oh,
Bigfoot videos. Thaddeus knows what I'm talking about. Eric, I'm going to send you a
all
couple links
right.
after this video. You will laugh your ass off. I literally watch these things. And by the way, I'm just going to warn everybody. If you are easily offended about jokes about the gay and transgender community, do not watch it because they target everybody, gay, straight, transgender, all of that stuff. Okay, and it's like the old George Carlin sense of humor. It's not politically correct at all. But go ahead, Eric.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
So no. So you can theoretically, somebody with no skills, generate um, potentially viral videos. And isn't that the point? Everybody wants to go viral. And I've been watching videos
Mhm.
on YouTube where the predictions are that within the next 2 to 3 years, the majority of
But
your content on YouTube
actually,
is going to be
that's
AI
actually being
generated.
countered. You don't know about YouTube's announcement the other day? It was yesterday. YouTube made an
No.
announcement the other day on their platform that what's going to happen from now on is that there's going to be effective, I believe, September 1. Any video that has AI generated content in it will not be monetizable.
Uh-huh.
Yep, and they said
Really?
if you're a big creator, and the reason why is because AI is becoming so good, you can't tell if it's real or not.
So now I'm assuming that's just a video. I'm assuming AI
Yeah, they're
thumbnails
talking
are
about
probably because
core content.
everybody has
The
AI.
way I read it was,
Well, that's there are some companies that were banking on AI generating stuff. I guess you'll have to go to Rumble if you're going to want to try to monetize that stuff. But yeah, that's good. I'm glad to see that. But here's the issue: there's going to be
it's
somebody
an
sooner or
inside
later.
joke. Oh my god. I'll send you. I'll
Don't
send you
take a
that video.
cows only. But they're going to get to the point where the YouTube algorithm is going to have to get really smart at detecting this
Well,
stuff
already it asks you
because they're going to be
when you
really
put a
good.
video up, is there any content in there using? I think it's worded in a different way, but basically they're asking you, do you have any AI generated content?
Right.
But um, the interesting thing is, it's just like with AI imagery. Glenn Hallstrom went ahead and messaged me yesterday and said, Don, I have
Hmm.
a question about gangbusters. I think you have some AI imagery in there. And I was in my shop and I was like, it better fucking not be because I'll fire my artist in a minute over that shit. So I got a hold of Glenn. Me
Right.
and Glenn talked on the phone and pulled up the image. And Glenn's like, this is different. And I was like, oh, it's on purpose because we don't want to take a chance on violating somebody's. What it was it's a scene of the city and the businesses don't have normal business names. And I just didn't want to step on somebody's
Okay.
toes. So,
Oh yeah.
but Glenn was like, "Are you sure?" And this is a new artist we're using. It's one of the artists I hired. So, and her name's Amy, and she's really good at pencil art. So what I did was, is I started looking at it like in Photoshop. You can pull the spectrums, and then on top of that,
Right.
you can look at the. You basically look at the back end of the image, and you look at the properties, and usually you can see the properties of it and everything. So it was legit. But the scary part
Okay.
is I decided then to go into AI. And what I did was I went into Midjourney and I literally typed in, give me a pencil drawing of a Chicago, or give me a 19 or pencil drawing of 1930s Chicago street. Just curious. That's some scary shit. It's getting good.
Yeah. Listen. I mean, some of my thumbnails, I generate the background art using
Yeah.
GROK. And I actually had a fairly major publisher who uses AI as a personal entertainment. They like to make memes, and they're like, "Oh, what AI did you use for that?" I go, "Grok." He goes, "Holy shit!" Because I guess the AI that he defaulted to couldn't generate something that looked that
Yeah.
professional. I mean, now remember too, we were looking at AI less than a year ago, drawing
Yeah.
like six fingers and broken arms and
That's not going
all
on
this other
anymore.
crap, and it's getting past that.
And the thing is,
It's
as a
really
okay,
amazing.
as a publisher, there's two sides of this as a game publisher. Number one, art is one of your most expensive outlays for money that you're going to do for, let's just say, a role playing game. If you want good
Yep.
art. So, is AI a boon to the gaming community in that aspect? Okay, and hear me out before everybody starts breaking out tar feathers and rope and torches. On one side, as a publisher, I look at and go, AI is a really great tool because that allows me to save a lot of money. Okay. It allows me to get a lot of art very quickly. So AI is a really positive thing as long as I declare and make sure people are aware that this art is AI generated. Okay.
Right.
But then there's the other side, and this is the side of the fence that I'm on. When I first started out, I approached people like Eric Lofgren and Dean Spencer. Okay. And I said, hey,
Right.
I'm this nobody, zero shit publisher, just getting in the business. I don't have, my budget was absolutely, and besides drawing the stuff myself, which I can do, but it takes time, I said, would you mind if I use some of your imagery and could I get a discount on it? Because I was hoping they'd say, yeah, instead of $8 an image, I'll give it to you for 4, just trying to save dollars.
Right.
Those two, especially, and that's why I mention them a lot, said, no, I'm not giving you a discount. You can use it for free. I'll help you out. Just make sure that you notate me and remember me.
Remember
Yep.
me in the future.
And so here we are in the future. I'm still a hardly any name publisher. but I don't forget that. And by using I would feel bad because these men are they took a chance on Wizard Tower Games. And how
Hmm.
right would it be me to shit on them only because I can now get it for free? Ha ha, fuck you. I can get it for free. No.
Yeah, I
Integrity is
mean,
what this business is based on,
and
it's supposed to be.
I mean, listen, I learned this a couple of years ago, and I know
Yeah.
everybody has their own opinion of this individual. That's Wenger
Yes.
Santanis. All right, so Wenger has some amazing artwork, some
Psychedelic
amazing
art.
covers. And, and how has he gotten some of that stuff? Goes on DeviantArt, he finds an artist he likes, and says, "Hey, I'd like to use your artwork.
Yeah.
I don't have the money to pay, but this is what's going to be coming up." And he goes, there are people that are very happy to have their artwork used as long as you're asking
And you give them
permission.
credit in the work.
Yes, yes. You know, and listen, I'm not saying well you should work for exposure, but this is literally one hand
Yep.
taking care of the other, and then if the company gets bigger down the line, then they're like, oh well, this artist helped me out in the past. Now let me bring them on, and now that I can pay them, let me pay them.
Scott Mulder says, I think my commission rates are less expensive. Yeah, sure. I'm going to tell you, whoa, stop. This man has done work for Polykid and me for Stars and Sales, and he is working with me to do Interstellar, the RPG. This guy is talented. If you are a publisher, and I am not blowing smoke up anybody's nose, use this guy. Give him money. He is worth every dime because he is quick. He does quality work. I can't speak about the guy enough. Scott Mulder is an absolute lifesaver. Thaddeus says, I've given a lot of art away myself. Yes. And then also, I've been using this opportunity to get better. And then Glenn Hallstrom, my friends here, says, I could use the bucks. And I'm going to give you another thing here, real quick. And no, I'm not patting myself on the back, but I'm going to tell you what, it doesn't hurt to be nice. I am getting new glasses. Okay. So I went in a couple days ago to the eye doctor, and I went ahead, and the lady who sat down with me, her name is Christina Bontrager. Okay, that's her card right there. She sits down with me, and we're talking, and of course, because computer glasses, the anti-glare, and she asks me, how far away you sit, and what kind of work do you do? I says, well, I'm a book and game publisher. And she gets all excited and says, I'm publishing a book, a children's book. And I was like, oh, really? Well, it turns out her publisher is a certain familiar type who does the same quality of work as some big publisher who sued people he shouldn't have. Didn't even register ISBN, used Amazon, has a 9,000 code so it doesn't come up as nothing and everything. So, guess what I did?
Uh,
I told her that I would take her book and I'd publish it for free for her. I will do the work on it. I will lay it out. She has the patience to give me time. I will do it right. I'll give her an ISBN. We'll get her registered and all that. She is over the frickin' moon. Well, guess what? I get a call today from another lady who's a friend of hers that says, I have a book. I want you to publish it. I understand. I want to pay you to publish my book. Karma. Do the right thing, it pays you back.
yes.
And it's like with Scott Mulder. Scott Mulder has helped me out in innumerable ways. And that man deserves all the work he can get. You know, you go ahead and what do? You co simulcast the vlog of many things to your channel. Maybe you'll pick up a couple subs from me. I hope you do. You know, karma. And, we have a big community here, you know? And if you can get away from AI and you can give these people business like Glenn Hallstrom, he does these excellent voiceovers, and he's got that Glenn, sorry not defending you, take it as a compliment. He's got that gritty voice that does that really good 1930s vibe, and you know, so many people are out there to help you if you're willing to help them. And it's just, but AI Hitler, come on, man, that's scary shit. I mean, Eric, no offense, but I don't think we need an AI Fourth Reich happening here.
No, no. Listen. Aside from having the trains run on time, which was a great accomplishment, and the autobahn, there isn't much from the third incarnation that we'd actually like
Well, they
to
made
see
they made
continued. So
the
no.
Volkswagen.
Yeah. Oh, and Fanta, Fanta.
Fanta
You
that.
can't forget Fanta.
Glenn says I got more voices than that. Really, Glenn? And I'm not pandering. I want to talk to you about that because actually I am gonna. Me and Glenn talked. I want to hire him to do voiceovers for some advertisements. So if you got more voices than that, let's talk this weekend, maybe if you got time. Um, Tina, my wife, says I agree. I like Mulder's ships; those were cool. Yeah, Scott does these really cool spaceships too. So you know, it's out there. The talent is out there. Even if you don't have the money, maybe you can work out a trade. Maybe you can say, Eric, I'll make you a deal. If you talk about my book and interview me, I can give you this. Or maybe, you know, trade for trade. There's people out there, creators that do that, you know, but there's also
Yep.
creators out there like me. If you need something published or some help on laying a book out or something and you don't got the money for it, you know, if you're willing to let me do it on my own time, I'll help you out. I mean, I don't mind it. You know, helping other people out is what we're supposed to do in this community.
And that's just something that many folks
Yeah.
forget, but also many
Yep.
folks do remember. I know Zach Glazer for years has told people that if you need help with InDesign, ask. Now, he's not saying he's going to
Yeah.
be on call with you the
Absolutely. I
moment that
agree.
you have a problem, but he's always been helpful to smaller publishers who've had issues
Yeah.
because he's been there. And that's the whole thing, right? When you've gone through it,
Yeah.
you understand and you want to help out those that are coming after you. Anybody who thinks that this is a zero sum industry,
Yeah.
it isn't.
Agreed.
Okay, it isn't. It is about
Yep.
making connections. It is about
Yep.
doing the right thing. It is a lot of who you know. Yeah, because the
Yep.
more people you know, the more you can ask. Hey, listen, can we do a favor for a favor? Hey, if you
Yep.
can donate some art, I can get your next project,
Yep.
published at an affordable rate or laid out. You trade off what you know. One of the things that I happen to be fairly skilled at, only because I've been in this position for well over a decade, is I know a lot of people. I consider myself like the Jewish
You say
matchmaker,
he
not the
and Eric says this all the time to me.
but
He's right.
yeah, but I'm pretty good at saying, all right, what do you need? All right, let me see who, and I don't keep a Rolodex. It's all up here, which is why it fails a lot because I have to go, oh my god, who? But there, this this is what keeps this
Yeah.
community, and it is a
It
community,
is.
even of publishers, of creators, moving along as well as it does. So
I
I
agree.
mean, so support now, and I'm going to go off
Go
in
ahead.
a slight different direction. Support the creators that create what you want and create that community
Hmm.
that strengthens us. You don't see Don.
All right.
I'm just going to throw this out there. Listen, a lot of publishers are getting screwed by Diamond. Uh, Green Ronin is coming out there with a hat right now, asking for donations to uh, pay for a lawyer. Um, that really
Me too.
annoys me because gee, I went through my own little situation because of an
Sir,
individual that adjacent to
sir,
this
can I
community.
please have some
You know,
more? Can I have some more, sir?
and I listen. At some point, I may ask for a little chance to recover some of my funds, but I took care of it up front, And this is a major publisher.
Yeah.
Well, we thought they were a major publisher. I'm going to say it right now. Green Ronin, they have the Expanse license. They have another license, I believe. But you know
They
what? They're
all
not a
got
major
9 grand
publisher.
in reserves.
Well, now they're asking for like 28 or something like that. They upped it because I guess they got the
28,000,
nine
and
grand. So you got to.
you can verify this. 28 grand in a federal bankruptcy contest lawsuit will not get
Oh my
you
God, that
a
is
month worth of work.
no. And the reality is, they didn't fill out the paperwork that they would have had to fill out, and they didn't apparently have a separate contract with an understanding, because you can do that too. I did a little research. So they're basically saying that we're special. We shouldn't get screwed.
And
Guess
there's
what? You're
something
going to
that they
get screwed.
say that I want to make very painfully clear to everybody. They say that, you know, they're talking about these laws, right? And they're saying theoretically,
Mhm.
no, stop right there. No, I just got screwed for over 7 grand in bank. I was a creditor in the new TSR bankruptcy.
Yeah.
Guess what? I was owed 7 grand. I got paid 31 bucks. There is no theoretically, guys, in the bankruptcy code law or law period. There is no, there is no, you know, there's little things we can get around. No, either it's legal and you can do it, or it's legal and you cannot do it. Period. And what they've got is this
Hmm.
Diamond, and I agree, it's not a cool thing to do, but Diamond is utilizing the bankruptcy code like everybody does who files bankruptcy to their advantage. Green Roland can put $10 million in legal fees towards this. They're not going to collect anything. They're dead in the water because Diamond is using the bankruptcy code by law.
Right. I actually, not a public conversation. It was private with me and another somebody who's a publisher, and they're like, Diamond's better off taking his GoFundMe money and just using
You
it
mean
to publish new books because it's better
you mean
spent.
Green Ronin?
Green Ronin,
Yeah.
yeah, sorry.
And the thing is, fundamentally, think about this. If you are a major game publisher or not, and number one, it's not a good look to be online pandering for legal fees as a publisher. Number two, for people who have licenses with them, if these license holders are seeing this and not revoking their licenses immediately, they're fools. Because I would if I was. There ain't
Yeah.
you don't got nine
Yeah.
grand in reserves to help you out to back you up. And number two, and actually number 44 of all this mess is this is the problem that I have with Diamond, not Diamond, Green Ronin. Green Ronin supposedly has hundreds of thousands of dollars, as they put it, in product with Diamond, but they don't got $9,000 in reserves. That doesn't make sense.
Well, I guess it makes sense
Well,
in a
yeah, in a
bad
bad
business
business
sense.
sense.
I mean, hey, listen, Paizo's going to have stuff that won't ship uh,
Yeah.
via Amazon. This is affecting a lot of companies.
But have who puts all their eggs in one basket? Yeah.
Apparently, Green Ronin
Um,
does.
they do have crappy terms in their contracts, but this is the problem with it. Diatus is when you sign a contract with a distributor, you're not signing a contract in any way that protects you. It protects the distributor. It's just
Right.
like if you sign a contract with Wizards of the Coast for a license, that contract with WotC protects them 1000%. You may think you're getting your protection, but you're not. And that's why contracts are there, because contracts usually protect the person writing them.
Right. And it's their well being, not yours. And Death Angel, yeah, I know. They did a Kickstarter or a backer kit to raise them, but the thing is,
Yeah,
they
and
don't
Joe
have the
Nine,
time for that. The turnaround,
yeah,
the turnaround is counted in days that they need to find a lawyer and um, yeah, you know what? I will say this: uh, before Halloween, you're going to be going to Ollie's. You're going to be going to Five Below, and yes, I have
Yeah,
found gaming adjacent material in the Five Below book area. They had some
yeah,
like
yeah.
preteen D&D books. Um, I'm going to tell you right now, there's going to be a dump of comics and gaming books. You're gonna when years ago when Pathfinder 2 was announced and Frog Eye Games was
Hmm.
selling Pathfinder 1 by the pound, it's gonna be a
Yeah.
similar thing
And Joe
going on at these
Stone, trust
discount
me,
places.
9 grand isn't going to buy you a basic printing and binding setup. It won't. Trust me. You're not. You know,
No, and they gotta learn how they gotta
yeah,
have
and
somebody
you're gonna
else
have
how
to
to
hook it
use
up.
it.
You're gonna have to,
Okay,
yeah, it's not as simple as you think. You got to buy the printer, the binder, the cutter. You got to understand all the basics of it and everything. Oh, real quick, Thydus says I actually like Green Ronin's age system. It's not. I'm not saying Green Ronin puts out
oh, me
bad
too.
product. It's just what they're doing by pandering and begging online is not a cool look at all.
Yeah, the Dragon Age, which
Yeah,
introduced the age system,
yeah.
uh, was
And
was pretty cool. I
Death
actually would
Angel
have
makes
liked
a
to have
good
run that.
point. Honestly, I'd look much more favorable at them do a Kickstarter backer kit for products, not begging for money.
Yeah, I have so do I, but they
Yeah.
need the money
Glenn says, by the way,
immediately.
Becky says Shabbat Shalom.
Haas and Pfeffer
Yeah.
Incorporated. Oh
Death
no,
Angel says, have you,
wrong one.
you remember me asking that? Glenn says, wow, time to go to Ollie's. Absolutely. And then finally, Death Angel says, what about this bit the product was shipped to them after the bankruptcy filing? The problem is this there's a lot of misinformation happening here. Bottom line is this, and let's see if Don's right. The people who right now are owed money by Diamond are not going to see but pennies on the dollar. If you're owed 100 grand by Diamond, you might see 5 or 6 grand. That's it. I was owed 7 and I got 31 bucks. Now, I honestly did not cash the check. I have it actually in a frame on the wall over there because you know what? I'm proud of my $31 fucking.
I should have framed my 1 penny
Yeah,
refund for my
exactly.
pharmacy
So, bottom line is this. I know,
plan.
Eric, you have to go because you have
Yep,
a
I got
live
another
stream
live
here.
stream.
So
Ah,
everybody, we're gonna
I put
cut.
the kid
Yep,
from Home
we're gonna
Alone.
cut this off early. Eric, by the way, thank you very much for coming on tonight and doing this with the
Of
one-on-one on me.
course.
Um, everybody on the bottom of the screen is the vlog of many things at gmail.com. If you have any ideas, Rob, how you doing? If you have any ideas for content, if you have any ideas for you want us to talk about something specific, drop us email at the vlog of many things at gmail.com and say, hey, do a subject on this, look this up. Rob, I was out of town last night. I had to make a delivery, so we bumped it till tonight. So it's really not a special vlog, it's just a different night.
Right, and I'll see you in
Yeah.
about 2 minutes, Rob.
So
So,
yeah. So basically everybody, Death Angels, Rob Conley, Joe Stone, Thyatis, Death Angel Shadow, Glenn Hallstrom, everybody, thank you very much. Joe Stone, I was raised a poor oak child. Everybody, thank you for tuning in tonight. We're sorry for the short video. Go to over to Tenkar's Tavern on YouTube. Check out his live stream tonight. Please, everybody, if you're on the Vlog of Many Things or at Eric's channel, please hit a like and subscribe. It'll help us out a lot. We're trying to build up, especially the Vlog of Many Things, because old Mr.
yeah.
Sub Hog next door is hogging all the subs.
Dude,
Yep. I know
I'm
you
trying
are.
to share.
But everybody,
Trying
thanks for
to
tuning
share.
in tonight. Eric, thank you very much, sir. Okay. I'm going to go real quickly, get some dinner with the wife cooking. We're doing some steak, mashed potatoes, and some Brussels
Ooh,
sprouts tonight. But I will be in the
sounds
chat harassing you guys as always. Glenn, got to talk to you this weekend about alternate
sounds good.
voices. Rob, by the way, real quick, again, congratulations for crushing that Kickstarter. You nailed it, my friend. Everybody,
Yes.
thank you very much. Talk to you guys next week, next Thursday. Everybody will be back, the old crew.